Thank you, and enjoy your ride.
After a long-awaited buff and shine to these hand-carved, circulating steeds,
It's even prettier than when I remembered it as a child.
the iconic carousel on the National Mall in Washington that's charmed children for generations has reopened.
I used to ride this as a kid, so this will be cool for them.
The merry-go-round delights because it stirs in us a sense of nostalgia.
It's fitting that the carousel should be here among the other monuments to freedom.
But for Sharon Langley and Linda Dorsey Walker, the joy of sitting atop one of these whimsical beasts reminds them of a childhood bittersweet.
I took one look at the carousel and tears just poured out. All those memories of getting punched and hit and called names flooded back all at one time.
I lived in Baltimore, Maryland, and I think that's where our story begins.
I used to ride the bike on a regular basis up to Gwynn Oak Park.
Gwynn Oak Amusement Park was a popular attraction.
Walker and Langley grew up near this popular amusement park, which featured a version of the very carousel that now spins along the National Mall. But segregation prevented black children from entering Gwynn Oak Park.
Soon after we moved to the community, and we were like, wow, we want to go into this park, it's so close by. And he said, no, Negro children are not welcome. For 10 years, they have been trying to desegregate this park, and nothing would work.
Walker recalls that every time she and her black friends tried to get into the park, there was a heavy price to pay from neighborhood children who agreed with the park's whites-only admission policy.
There were white kids that lived across the street. They beat us up, punched us in the face, kicked us to the ground, spat in our faces, called us all kinds of names, kicked our bikes, and we just ran crying. We weren't deterred. A group of black ministers heard about these children getting beat up, and they said, we need to do something about it.
That's when the park erupted into a literal flashpoint for the civil rights movement in America.
The arrest of hundreds of demonstrators seeking to break down the park's segregation lines gained national publicity.
They were beat up, arrested, carried away. He was ordered to desegregate his park before the end of the summer. He chose quite deliberately August 28th because that would be the same day that a lot of those priests and rabbis and ministers would be here in D.C.
On the very day the park desegregated, Martin Luther King Jr. uttered words now foundational to humanity.
I have a dream.
But what he forgot was those original annoying little children who were 9 and 10 and 12 and 11 years old would still show up.
Free at last! Free at last! Thank God Almighty!
He deliberately didn't choose one of us to be the first child to ride the carousel.
I did grow up knowing that we went to Gwynn Oak on the first day that it was open to everyone.
He saw a man carrying an 11-month-old baby who hadn't gotten beat up, hadn't gotten spat on, and hadn't caused him trouble.
I actually really love the pictures of my dad and I together. I was very young.
She got to make history, but have no memory of what preceded it.
To my horse.
As the first black person to ride this merry-go-round, Sharon Langley traveled to D.C. from her home in L.A. to celebrate the reopening of a carousel with a complex past. Langley didn't know that she'd get to hop aboard this refurbished ride with the very people who made this moment possible, including a once 9-year-old trailblazer named Linda.
She's just meeting us, the children that brought it about today for the first time.
We know that they were there. We know that their efforts are what opened the doors. But to meet them and to talk with them, I thought it was amazing. It's really important to realize that it really was not that long ago. It always takes a committed, caring group of people who want to help us progress as a community and a society. Years later, many other people benefit, and you hope that they remember the journey.
I'm Jay Corey for 7 News.
Daryl Davis plays piano. You don't just hear it, you feel it.
Music brings people together. It truly is the universal language.
It's a language he's mastered, meeting countless musicians, touring with legends like Chuck Berry.
Chuck Berry was my idol, and I played with Chuck for 32 years.
Daryl's played professionally since the 80s, touching people of all backgrounds with his music. And there's one man he'll never forget.
And he says, you know, this is the first time I ever sat down and had a drink with a black man. I said, why? And he didn't answer me. His buddy elbowed him. Said, tell him. He said, I'm a member of the Ku Klux Klan.
Daryl was 25 at the time. The other man, maybe a decade older.
I touched him with something that I was doing that made him happy. And he was wondering, how can a black person play that kind of music?
It was an awakening for them both.
I said, you know what? I'm going to travel around and seek out Klan members and leaders and interview them and get an answer to my question, how can you hate me? You don't even know me.
So he gets the number for that man's leader. Daryl's white secretary sets up a meeting, but she leaves out one key thing.
I can read their faces. I know what they're thinking. They're thinking, did the desk clerk give us the wrong room number, or is this an ambush?
No ambush. A black man wants to interview the Grand Dragon to write a book on the Klan. So they talk. Daryl even gets him to put on his robe and snap a picture.
When two enemies are talking, they're not fighting, they're talking. They may be disagreeing, maybe even getting a little loud, but at least they're talking. It's when the conversation ceases that the ground becomes fertile for violence.
So Daryl has more conversations.
This is the hood, this is the mask.
He actually goes to Klan rallies.
This is another Grand Dragon.
He meets more members.
His day job was Baltimore City cop. Yeah, he was a bona fide cop in the Klan.
Over time, many of them hang up their robes, and some even give them to Daryl.
This is a robe of an imperial wizard.
Daryl says he's helped more than 200 Klan members and white supremacists leave that life behind.
So what's been happening?
Oh, just keeping busy, man. How you been doing?
People like Jeff Scoop, who led the National Socialist Movement.
Hey, this came from Jeff.
A neo-Nazi organization.
What Daryl had done was a lot like Johnny Appleseed. He had planted that first major seed, and that was the beginning of my de-radicalization process.
Now, Jeff calls Daryl his brother.
He changed my life, and I'm forever grateful for that.
All right, talk to you soon.
You take care.
Bye-bye. They're not all bad people, but they all have bad ideas.
There's highs and lows to Daryl's work. People have refused to talk to him, even tried to attack him. But for all the lives he's changed, he keeps going.
As a musician, I want harmony on stage. I want it out there too.
I'm Rebecca Turco, 7 News.
Recovering from a stroke, Susan Kenny searched for a group who could help.
I went one place, they said, no, go here, no, go here.
She tried one last person at a Nova Loudon hospital.
I said, do you know anything about a stroke support group? And she said, no, but we're the Brain Choir, you want to come?
Susan and John.
You held me down, but I got up, hey!
And 2 years ago, the Brain Choir became family.
What this choir does is it provides a group of people that all understand what it means to live after a brain injury, after a stroke, or having an entire life where you are neurodivergent.
I have aphasia and apraxia.
I have Parkinson's disease.
I had a stroke.
The choir members' ages and conditions vary.
Then all of a sudden, boom! And it sounds like I could hear a shooting close.
Not gunshots, but a paralyzing hemorrhagic stroke.
Ryan said, happy.
The youngest, 21-year-old Ryan Alam,
let's try that real quick together, everybody.
has a rare progressive disease called MPAN.
Because I'm
happy.
One of less than 200 ever diagnosed.
Yeah, one day I won't be able to talk.
And still you have this bright outlook.
Yes. I I got the eye of the tiger, the fighter.
Music therapist Mowgli Hassan doesn't focus on his group's limitations.
Out and extend those arms, Jeremy.
Instead, gives them an opportunity to shine, even one word at a time.
All right, Paul, because I'm happy. Woo! Yes, dude. Where did your falsetto come from?
There's joy in this room. And shared sorrow.
Our friend who always comes in the chair right here, she unexpectedly passed away.
The brain choir knows Ryan's disease is getting worse too, and doctors can't make it better.
They said they'll have a cure for the generation after me.
That must have been hard to hear.
Yep, it was.
While he still has his voice, Ryan is singing and dancing with the ones who understand.
Nice. Ryan, electric guitar.
They've put the spark of life back in me.
When you find your community, you are kind of unstoppable.
Victoria Sanchez. 7 News.
Well done, y'all. That's so good.
For more than 2 centuries, Virginia's executive mansion in Richmond has been home to a long line of governors. From James Barber in 1813 to Virginia's first woman governor, Abigail Spanberger. The home is the oldest continuously occupied governor's residence in the country.
My mom, she was a cook. My brother, he was a butler and cook.
But for Martin Towns,
my cousin, she was a cook.
The mansion houses more than just Virginia's executive families.
I met my wife here. She was a housekeeper.
It holds his family's legacy too. Once the son of a cook, Towns, affectionately known as Tootie, now holds the title of head butler.
We have to be ready with anything and everything.
Tootie's service to the executive family began nearly 40 years ago. He served 12 governors and counting.
I came here plenty of times as a child.
His son, also named Martin Towns, fell into the family business in a more unconventional way.
I had finished with college. I was running around looking for a job. Out of nowhere, my dad calls me, said, "Hey, you want this job?" And I was like, do I want to be filing paperwork or do I want the action of the mansion? I chose the mansion.
Because I tried to get him here for a while, but he just didn't. He just said, "No, man, I don't want that." I said, "Okay."
Truth be told, I didn't think I was good enough to work here.
Martin is now deputy butler.
I know he's my dad, I know he's my boss, but I feel like it's a brotherhood. And we just get the job done.
A job with little room for error, no day quite looks like the other.
From breakfast to lunch to dinner to also taking care of the silver, setting up events, having meetings with the director, whoever the director is at the time.
There's a lot of pressure to get it right.
The town's loyalty to some of Virginia's most notable leaders is a testament to their love for Southern hospitality.
If we're not making them happy while they're here, we're not doing something right.
We come with the house.
Their family line extending to others like DeJuan Brody.
I've never really seen any other female butlers. I was very surprised when I got the chance to become a butler.
She brings her own touch of tradition to the table.
Women, we have a different touch to things, a little more detail in certain areas.
The governor's mansion is filled with paintings and artifacts.
Little replicas of Virginia documents.
A collection which now includes this painting of Tootie and his son.
It was done by a local artist named Stanley Rayfield. He's the first African-American artist to do a portrait of a governor that sits in the state capitol.
When it was revealed, I was bawling because I just know the work he has put in here.
A family legacy, now a permanent piece of Commonwealth history.
As far as the lasting impact, what are you hoping that they take away from you?
We were always there. We did a good job and made sure that they were happy when they lived here.
Anybody who comes through that front door, their first impressions of Virginia is based on the service that we provide.
Heart to heart, I do this to take care of them, and I love what I do. And I hope that they experience that every time.
In Richmond, Jade Lawson, 7 News.